Hi, this is Dean Jenkins from FollowMeTrades.com, and this is the market update for the week coming up of November 22nd, 2015. I want to extend a special welcome to the new subscribers who joined my newsletter from the Investor Inspiration webinar that we did today. That was a great time, and I was really honored to be there and to present and talk about my trading methods and stuff. So welcome. Glad you're here. Well, there's some really interesting stuff going on in the market right now. My favorite headline this week was from Reuters on Friday, and it said the S&P 500 scores the best week in almost a year. You know, I call that noise, and I call my newsletter Beyond the Noise, so we can look beyond that. You know, the market did have a pretty good week. You know, you can see it moved up really sharply here. But look at this. This is really interesting. If you've been following my newsletter, you know I've been watching this trend line right here. I'm drawing this line. This trend line has held so far, and the market has touched it. We've wicked above it a little bit. We have yet to have a close above that trend line. And the next week or two are really going to be telling as to whether we break through that and go on to maybe make some new highs, or we reverse pretty sharply off of that. So the next week or two are going to tell. This upcoming week is going to be, I call it choppy. It's a holiday week. We got Thanksgiving on Thursday, and a lot of the institutional traders are on vacation. That takes a lot of volume out of the market, and when retail traders are in control of the market, oftentimes in the past, it's been a little bit choppy. Also, we have a shortened calendar. The economic reports, there's quite a few coming out this week, but they're coming out on a shortened time frame because of the holiday. So that could cause some volatility as well. So, we have a headline about the greatest week, best week in a year. Very easily next Friday, the headline could be, a really bad week. We don't make our investing and trading decisions based on headlines, and they're more for entertainment than for trading direction and insight. So I really think watching this trend line and whether prices break above it or whether they reverse and head back down pretty sharply is going to be key. And I think in the next week or two, we're going to know. The market's going to give us a signal. If we go and if we do reverse off of this and we put in a new low down here, then I believe that this correction, which is going much lower than this, is underway. Alternatively, we could break above and go put in some new minor highs before the correction begins. But I'm on record as saying I believe the correction will begin at some point in the pretty near future. We were looking at the Dow Industrial daily chart. This is the S&P 500 daily chart, and it's really showing the same pattern. We've got this trend line here that we haven't broken through, and the real question is, do we break through it, or alternatively, do we reverse pretty sharply here and then begin this downward bearish pattern? It's hard to say right now, but again, the next couple weeks are going to show us what's going to happen, the direction coming up. It's interesting. I'm on the board of a nonprofit here in Olympia. It's the Olympia Union Gospel Mission, and we have a reserve fund, pretty substantial fund, and we met with a financial advisor, and it's in CDs now, and we were asking, we want to move out of CDs into something with better gains and better yields. And so what do you think we should do? And the advisor said, I think you should do nothing. I think CDs are probably the best investment right now, and let's wait and see. And I actually think that's really good advice, because again, we're at the end of a 6-year bull market, and a correction at some point in the near future is normal, healthy part of an ongoing market cycle. And so to get in now would be to buy at the top. And I think that's good advice for the fund that I was talking about for the mission, and for our own investments, for you and I as well. Let's wait and see what the reality of the market, the reality on the charts as this story plays out. Let's see what it tells us. And if you recall, using the tools and methods that I have, I called this August decline pretty much to the day, and I think we'll get a clear indication before the next one begins, and I'll give you that update. We'll know when it's happening, and we'll be ready, and we'll be able to trade profitably when that happens. As always, I give an update on oil and gold. This is oil, and you can see, oil, it's been in a bearish trend for a long time. It came down from way before this. Here's the last low it put in early this fall, and now it has come down and it is consolidating right here before putting in a new low. Now, there's a good chance that it will go put in a new low. That's what the indications are showing us. But this is a mature trend. There's not really any chance to go short on oil, so we just have to wait. At some point, it will reverse back up, and we will be ready for that. But nothing to do in oil right now. Now, this is gold, and last week I talked about gold having the probability to put in new lows, and you can see it did take out this previous low. It went put in new lows, and it certainly could pull up a little bit and go put in more lows. It's really dependent on what the indexes do. If the index is correct down, then gold could take off up. But for right now, again, a mature downtrend. It's too late to go short on gold, and it's way too early to go long on gold. So there's really nothing to do there but wait and see what the reality of the charts tells us. And we should know before too much longer. Well, that's the update for this week. Be careful. Again, next week, holiday week, low volume. It's probably going to be pretty choppy. So you want to be careful, particularly if you're trading or investing on smaller time frames. The normal patterns that you see when there are institutional investors in the market, it may be less orderly, and the patterns that you're used to may not hold. So be careful. And again, I think over the next few weeks, the market's going to tell us what it's going to do next, and we'll be ready for that. And I look forward to it. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you and give you an update next weekend. Take care. Thank you so much.